ever stop me from dusting off my shoes. You might think you'll see me falling to the ground, but I threw up my umbrella when rain stops hitting down. Yeah! On a bad day, on a good day, I don't need the sunshine.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the hell you are in the world. Shane here. It's Saturday the 16th of October at 6 o'clock in the morning here. The sun is shining well above the clouds, and it's been cloudy for about the last week and a bit. So if you're dead keen to see what I can do with a phone with stars, you're just going to have to wait a little bit. Forecast looks good though. The forecast says the skies are going to clear up today. So I'm keen to get out there and get some more photos with this 13 Pro Max. So this week has been pretty bloody huge in the community with all the new members that we've got going on. I think the Facebook group is up to, what are we up to now? It's almost 800, I think now. And it's an awesome community. If you're watching on that Facebook group, welcome. And the channel has grown since I spoke to you guys live. I think it's grown about 4,000 subscribers. So the community is growing really well. I'm really happy with how that's all going. As far as the members all go, we've had a heap new people join. Marianne, Greg, Noodles O, I think I said that right, Noodles O, Brendan, Eugene, Rennie, R-E-N-N-I-E. Not sure if that's said right or not. If you've watched me long enough, you know that I just absolutely suck at saying people's names properly anyway. Sorry about that. If you want to join the channel, these guys get a few different things. They get all the presets over there on phonephotoschool.com.au for free. You get some behind-the-scenes content, some videos that I push out. Those guys get it before everybody else gets it. And we also do one live stream a month, and we're doing that on Monday. In 2 or 3 days' time, wherever you are in the world. So anyway, you guys will see it on the community tab. So today we're going to have a talk about the new Pixel that's being launched in a few days' time. And we'll have a talk about how I've been going with this little bad boy here, the 13 Pro Max. I've had it now for about 3 weeks. There's some good things with it. There's some not so good things with it, and some things I think they just missed the mark on. Today we've got a guest, as we normally have. Heaps of people in here already saying hello. Sorry guys, I'm totally neglecting the chat to say hello to everybody there. Scott Baker, you're commenting, and you're in here. So that's who's on the guest. That's who's the guest today. Natiri. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. I'm really sorry. G'day, good to see you here. Devo, Jason Stevenson, David Addison. G'day, buddy. What are you complaining about today? Just messing with you. Greg McMillan. You can start now. I'm here. I wonder how close you two guys are over there. Mike Goyne, if you are not members of the Facebook group, make sure you get over there and see what that fella's doing. He's a bloody gun photographer. I've got to get in contact with him and get him on this channel, on this show, because that Mike Goyne, what he's pushing out of that phone that he's got, bloody impressive. Carl Webb, going to assume that his latest show is definitely going to be what? Carl, going to assume as he's late that Shane is definitely doing this one in a bikini. I'm not really. See, I can see Scott down the bottom. I'm pretty sure he's having a chuckle at some of these comments. He is. Anyway, let's bring him in and say g'day. G'day, buddy. How are you?
Good day. Hello, all.
Good day.
Good day. Good evening. I guess it's close to evening for me, 4 o'clock.
I wasn't sure if you were doing like a formal g'day. Good day.
Good day. No, it's good day.
So already today for everybody else except for Scott, because he witnessed it as I did, the Pixel lost a few points today because we were going to live stream on Scott's Pixel the Pixel took a dump, and now we're streaming on the. What are you streaming on? The S21?
S21Ultra, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So what's the weather like where you are?
It's about 16 degrees Celsius. No idea what that is for Fahrenheit for the Americans.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, true. A little overcast. It's been sunny, but mostly overcast, but it's nice. It's a nice fall day. So the trees are turning color, and it might be a little cold for you. I don't know, 16 might be a little chilly.
It is. It is cold.
I wear a t-shirt all day. Shorts. I got shorts on. It's
right. Now here it gets us where I am in the middle of winter. It'll get down to like -5. It's an exception to get lower than that, but that would be the lowest, like in a frosty morning. And that's
I might put a jacket on for that.
If you don't know what he's joking about, like when I'm shooting a video and I will go a little bit unprepared and just wear like a light jumper or something, or what do you call it, a hoodie or a sweatshirt or
hoodie,
yeah, and I'll make a comment that I'm bloody freezing, and this smart ass will always be saying something like, "It's not cold, it's not snowing," or something like that.
I can't wait to take so many cold, wintry photos this year and post them up for you. Yeah. I might even mail you some snow or something. I don't know.
Oh, really? That's awesome. I'll refreeze it when it gets here.
There you go.
Yeah, it's we are so close here right now to in Victoria, here in Australia, that to open up again a bit. So close, we're like within a month or so of it from what the roadmap that they have going on says, and that. So keep in mind that since I've started this channel, and I started it in April last year, that's when the Big C started, and I haven't been anywhere. So pretty much I've only been to one place. So I did a video with Ralph Mayhew up on the Gold Coast. That was the only time that I've been able to get away to shoot any sort of video. So all the stuff that you see on this channel is all stuff that's within 15, 20 kilometers of where I live. So as we open up, we'll be able to go places and do stuff. So when you were saying, "Oh, I'll send you some snow," well, there actually is snow from not that far from where I am.
Yes,
and I'll go there and I'll. Yeah, it won't be much. It'll only be a little bit.
It's not good Canadian snow though. That's the difference.
Well, I haven't seen Canadian snow. I've seen Japanese snow. I've been there a few times skiing, and it's just redonkulous. When you compare it to what we have here, we have kind of. When you go, do you ski, snow ski?
I haven't skied in some time, but I have skied and I have snowboarded and stuff.
Yep. It's so you got powdery snow, obviously. And here we have a cross between, so you can go through one section on a run and it'll be ice.
Yep.
And a couple of meters later it'll be slushy.
Yeah.
And they're the two that we have. We don't really have powder as such. And if you do, it's like this deep. From the snowmakers the night before here. Yeah, totally different snow. But I was hoping to get up to Craig's Hut, and that'll end up being a video for next year, in fact. Craig's Hut is it's up in the high country. I don't know if you know what that is.
I've heard of it. Yep. Yes, I've heard of it.
What?
I don't remember where I heard of it, but I've heard of it.
That'll be the Man from Snowy River, mate.
Okay.
The Man from Snowy River. Jim Craig is a character in that movie, and that was his hut. They built the hut for the movie. So,
okay. Yes.
Yeah. Someone's saying, Shane, there's no feed on YouTube.
I have it on YouTube.
Yeah, people are commenting. I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on there. Carl Webb. There's no feed on YouTube.
Carl might need to refresh.
Yeah, it's certainly working, mate. Not sure what's going on there. I don't know. It looks good from Ohio. Jennifer Bryant. There's actually Jennifer Bryant really close here somewhere that I've done photography work for. And when the Jennifer Bryant in the comment, she posted something before. I was like, is that the same?
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, you commented before on her, asked her if that was the same. Yes, yeah.
So, but you've seen this show before, and we didn't talk about this before, so I don't know if you're prepared or not, but in a tweet, tell us who you are and what you are and where you are and all that sort of business. 140 characters. Go.
Okay, well, my name is Scott Baker. I live in Nova Scotia on the eastern shore of Canada, right on the ocean. It's in my backyard. I love mobile photography. Just really started getting into it the last couple of years and thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what phone are you using?
The S21 Ultra.
Not the Pixel?
Not the Pixel. No, not. So I had the Pixel 4. I've had every Nexus device, and then I had every Pixel device. I skipped the Pixel 2. I had the Pixel 4, and then I was unhappy with the 5. Not unhappy, it just wasn't enough of an upgrade for me. And I've seen many videos, including your own, about the camera on the S21, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to get my feet a little wet here. I'm going to jump off the Google platform and dip my toes in Samsung's ecosystem, and it's been pretty good. There's things I definitely like about the Pixel camera more than the S21. But overall, I mean, the camera's excellent on the S21. It's really good. My biggest gripe with it is I find it's got not shutter lag, but shutter lag. Like, so a lot of my photos when I'm out, it's usually when I'm hiking with the dog, I'm walking around, I got my phone in my pocket, I haul it out, I double tap the power button, and I click, 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 try and get photos, right, as the dog's running around and stuff like that. And I find it's just a little bit slower than the Pixel, whereas the Pixel would, not every time, but it was more likely to grab that good photo when the dog's in motion or the dog's running, the dog's jumping and stuff like that. And it's funny because you can see the preview often down the corner and you think, oh, that's going to be a banging photo. You open it up, looks good, and then it shifts. And it's like, wait, no, where did the good photo go? And it's like, why did you do that? So that's my only gripe with the S21 camera, is that it's just got a little bit of a shutter lag to it. Like, it's not slow, but it's just not as crispy.
It's almost like
say.
It's a processing lag.
Yeah,
it's almost like, wake up. You know, I've just pushed the button, take the damn photo. It's
exactly.
I've seen that with it as well. It's because most of what I do here, and if you look at the Facebook group, most of the photos on there are very deliberate photos. They're they're landscape photos, or they're long exposure or nighttime photos. and you're one of the few on there who are out there taking sort of action photos as well, like with the dog. And I know you've tried birds, but we don't need to.
It's bad with birds.
It's terrible. It's like the AI goes, I don't know what that is. Here's some pixels. It's bloody terrible. But I think that
killed my microphone somehow.
Oh, I think you might have.
Yes.
The other thing that the S21 Ultra doesn't do very well is microphones, apparently.
That would be my buds.
It is the buds, is it?
Yeah, Galaxy Buds. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Ron wants to see Rosie. You will soon.
Okay, there they go. It's working again.
We're back again.
There we go. Yes.
Here we go. Have you tried hold the shutter button and swipe it down?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean now.
Yeah. So for the burst mode, so I do use that often. Also, you can set it so if you hold the volume button down, it will it'll do burst mode. And so I use that quite a bit and stuff like that. So, but I still don't find it as good. I find focus wise, like, it doesn't lock on the dog good when she's running around and stuff like that. So I will get the odd crispy shot, but I just find it not as reliable as the Pixel was for that kind of stuff. But on landscape stuff, like for setting it up for a good sunset or a long exposure or stuff. S21 blows it out of the water, right? It just you as soon as you zoom in a little bit, you can see the difference in the quality and stuff like that. So
especially with that, if the lighting's all good with that, and if you're not going to do it manually, if you're just doing it with automatic mode, that 108 megapixel, the detail that's in that is just ridiculous.
It's crazy. Yeah, really good. Yeah.
But I think with like what you were saying, well, someone said here they're getting live photos with taking. Is that maybe what you're talking about? I've seen. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've experienced it myself, but you're saying that the image came into the preview, but then it changed. Is that like a live photo sort of thing?
No, not live, because I know you can do that, the live thing and stuff like that. But no, it's like when you bring it up on the display, like you hop over to the gallery or you look at the image, and just for a second, it shows you the photo in the gallery, and then it just switches, right? Like it just you sort of see that before thing. Now I know on the Pixel. And actually you can go into Google Photos and swipe up and then move the timeline back a little bit. And sometimes I'll use that to grab, I can get, there's a little bit better photo and stuff. Because she's quick to move, the dog, she's got lots of energy and stuff like that. And being a deaf dog, if she's not looking at me, I can't tell her to stay. So like I can have my hand out like this is stay, for sign language for her, and but if she's not looking at me, then there's no way I can say just stay there, don't move, right? Like she just runs off. And
what happens then if she like sees something she wants to chase and she runs off into the bush to chase it? What happens?
So usually if I'm back on a trail or something like that, I have a long leash, a 30-foot long lead that I'll keep her on. I also put a bell on her so she can't hear me, but I want to be able to hear where she is. If I'm on a local trail, like in my backyard or something like that, then I'll usually leave her off. But she doesn't like running too far where she can't see me. So she'll run off, but then she comes running right back, and she's like constantly checking in to say, "Oh, are you still there? Yeah, okay, you're still there." So and then I play the game. You know, I might hide behind a tree and get her looking for me and get her excited to see me and stuff like that. So then she knows, okay, it's fun. Yeah, I want to keep finding them. So. But she definitely will chase things on the beach, especially birds. Gone. We made that mistake once, and it took us 20 minutes or so to flag her down. And thank God the bird didn't fly too far away. The bird just kept flying up and down the beach, and she just kept going on the beach. So yeah, it's fun. She's good. Yes.
Look, Patrika's in the house. It's about time we heard from you.
Yeah.
He's sitting there right now going, S21 Ultra lag. Get away.
Yeah, really.
That's what he said.
What about a wall
So, we've already discussed that. What about apps? What are give us 3 apps, your top 3 apps that you use on a regular
top
sort of
3
basis.
apps. So Lightroom mobile for editing, Snapseed for editing. I use the default camera, and probably either the Night Trails or Motion Stack. I think it is are the 2 ones I use for doing the night trails and stuff like that. Those would probably be my three main apps. Yeah.
Yep. So is that photo that you sent to me? Is that using that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Cool. You'll see that in a second.
Yes.
Do you shoot RAW?
Depends on what I'm doing. For Astro, definitely. For most other stuff, I think I had asked you about that before one time when I first joined the group and stuff like that. What your opinion on when to shoot RAW, when not to, mostly I just leave it in auto mode now. If I'm just walking the beach and stuff like that, leave it in auto and everything and stuff. But if I'm planning a good shot or something, then I'll click it over to RAW and
I've noticed with the iPhone with Snapseed and RAW, it just shits the bed.
Doesn't like it. Just really.
God hates it. Yeah, it's a hard reset on sometimes on the phone. Otherwise, if you're lucky enough, you can dump the app running, like full stop the app. But yeah, it's I don't know why. And to be honest, I don't know if I've tried it with the S21 Ultra with RAW with Snapseed. I probably have, but I definitely noticed it more with So it works, right?
Yeah, I haven't had an issue with it. So I don't know. I wonder if it's Apple's raw format or if it's maybe they need to update Snapseed. I don't know.
Yeah, no, well, it's certainly all up to date. It's it's just something that it seems to be intermittent, but more often than not, it will just lock it up. Like you import the photo, you go through your raw processing, and halfway through that, it just locks up. That's it, finished. And I'm not the Lone Ranger. There's plenty of people that's happening to. I don't really know. What's your take on the new Pixel 6? We'll talk about that in just a second. What's this? I tried to view it at maximum resolution. I still see no hair on the upper side. Someone's a smartass. You see, it took so long to read that because of your bloody accent.
Mine just sort of melted down. See, it's just
yours just fell down. Mine fell down.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Good on you. That's right. We're going to look at some photos. Just let me set this up real quick. And that put me off. Good on you. Bring it in. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's my Rosie.
Yep.
Rosie Wrecking Ball, we call her, because she comes in like a wrecking ball. And she's, we go through the woods and it's like a wrecking ball just coming through and stuff. So I would say I sent this photo. This was probably one of the photos that got me into photography. So I took this on a Pixel XL. And it was before that, I would snap photos. I liked having a good camera and stuff like that. Like with the Nexus devices, the camera wasn't really all that great and stuff. And I just never really, it was just click, click kind of thing. And that was it. But when I got the Pixel XL, it was like the first Google phone that had a decent camera. And I started just taking better photos and stuff like that. And it was like, wow, this one came out pretty good. So then I started trying to compose the photo a little bit better and stuff. So this one, we're actually walking on a beach and there's a large boulder and she's on top of the rock and I'm just walking around and the whole time she's just jumping around. And basically, like I was saying earlier, I was just walking along with the phone, just going click, 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 click. And that's the photo I get out of it. And so it's
so she's actually a lot higher than what you are.
Yeah. I'm down below looking up at her and stuff like that. So it's
when I first saw this photo, I thought you'd put it on the ground.
Yeah.
And like set a timer or something and done something to get her excited about the phone.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you'd done. But now this is interesting. So I wouldn't have known that if you didn't come on here.
Yeah. So it was just get her excited and walk around and click, click, click. And I couldn't be happier that one came out. That was one of the first one that got me really excited about photography and stuff. And it's like, wow, I really like this and stuff. And I actually submitted this photo to our local rescue group, and they put it in one of their calendars. So I was quite pleased with that and stuff. So
it's a ripper photo. I've just seen this, and I have to share it with you.
See. What a crap! I tell you.
Yeah, that's where the show goes downhill from here. Let's have a look at this one. This one looks cold.
This one was cold. Yeah. So this was back. We were back on a local ATV trail and for a hike, Rosie and I had just actually gotten the S21 Ultra. And I took this photo purely by not accident, but we were walking along the trail and there was a brook running sort of along, peeking through the water. And I literally put my hand down, stuck it sort of in the gully in the brook, snapped the photo, put the phone back in my pocket, kept walking. And I got back, I took some other photos and stuff like that. But once I got back home, I looked at it, wow, like this is just like a once in a lifetime kind of, it just happened to come out perfectly and stuff. So it's, I thought just the way the stones look and the snow leads in and stuff. It's,
the composition is on point. I really like it.
Thank you.
This is one of those photos that I look at and I go, a little bit of hardware in that photo would have made the world of difference. With a polarizing filter, with the water, you'd see all the rocks because you can see it's clear water.
Yeah.
And that gets me thinking of all these wonderful bells and whistles that camera manufacturers are putting on phones these days. And I just think, why on earth are you not doing polarizing filters on some of this stuff? It would just make so many phones so much better. If you did it in there somehow. I don't know. That's a great photo. I really like it.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's something I actually picked up a polarizing filter this year. I talked with a previous guest, Kurt, and he advised me on some filters and stuff. And great guy Kurt is. Hasn't been posting as much lately. We need to see some new Kurt content.
Yeah.
Kurt content. But yeah, like it's, I find, again, so much of my photos that I take I don't plan, like, I'm just walking and snapping kind of thing, right? So I did buy, I can't show you here, it's on the phone. I did get the Moment case for the S21Ultra. And I do have the lens. I have a polarizer and a ND filter. So once I get to some waterfalls and stuff, I can start using those or stuff like that. But I bought a little fanny pack here, and inside the fanny pack, I have a little tripod with the Moment magnetic mount. So I can just click it onto the phone, and I can't do it on that one, but so it just screws on, and I asked you about different tripods, so they just fit inside the pack, and I can bring them anywhere and stuff like that. So it's just one of the flexible ones. So
it's a good size.
It works well and stuff like that. So
last photo.
Yes,
I'm glad you included this one because it's not. You don't use an iPhone, and this is just so much easier to do on an iPhone.
Yes,
it's good that you put this on here.
We will talk about that app. The app that won't be mentioned.
Oh, that one. I don't know if Mario's in here.
I don't
Maybe
know.
Not. Yeah, but anyway, go on, mate. How did you do?
Yeah. So I used that one on a tripod out on my deck. I put it in pro mode, 15-second exposure. I think it was around 400 ISO, and I used the intervalometer app. Set it up to take a photo. I think it was every 20 seconds or so, and did it for about an hour and a half. I think it was around 180 photos or something like that. And or maybe it was 270, something like that. It was a bunch of photos, and I used the Star Trails app to put them all together.
I like it. Do you use photo pills?
I do use, yes, I use photo pills, and I also sometimes use what's the other one? Starts with an S.
Stellarium.
Yes, yeah. So I'll go back and forth between the two, but whichever one I open first, kind of thing. So it's I find sometimes Stellarium's been giving me a your camera's not, or your compass isn't calibrated correctly. Message, and it says 50%. So I don't know why. I do the little with the phone, and it doesn't seem to make a difference. So so I go back and forth between the two, just no real reason, but Photo Pills is such a good app and stuff for this.
Yeah, I was asking because it's not centered, Is that an intention, as in the circle, the polar?
Yeah.
The
So
northern star, if you like.
this night was the Draco meteor shower. So that was just supposed to
Ah,
be off to the left a little bit, basically almost to the center of this photo, I think is where that was supposed to, you were supposed to look for it. So
right.
I tried to frame it that I would get the center, but still be off shifted, you know what I mean? To
Yep.
try
Yep.
and get both.
Yep.
I didn't see very many meteors. I think there's maybe two
Yeah.
small streaks in that photo that you can see. There's lots of planes, but
There's one just there in the
yeah, yeah, one there, and I think one up in the corner there near the top somewhere. I think was the other one. Yeah. But other than that, I seen a couple behind me as I was taking the photos. I was sitting on the deck there and drinking a beer, and I seen a few behind me that didn't make the camera. So, but yeah, so it was. That's why I did that framing.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll go walking most mornings. I'm a really early riser, and but it's like 4 o'clock in the morning when I go for a walk, and it's one of these things that I'll go out and shoot videos and take photos for this channel, and I'll set up everything deliberately to do something specific, and like I don't know, 50-50, I guess, is what it turns out or it doesn't. But almost every morning I'll be walking along. It's pitch black. And I live like pretty remotely, as you know. So I'm walking down this dirt road, pitch black, can only like barely make out the dirt on the road, and some of the brightest shooting stars. And I'm like, hell, what are you?
Yes.
When you're not set up for it, that's when you get them.
100%, 100%. It's. I've been out, same thing, walking with the dog at nighttime, and it's cold, and it's just like my hands are cold. It's like, oh, I don't have something set up right now to take some photos and stuff. And
hold on. You were cold?
A little bit. It was. I think it was around minus 18 Celsius or something like that with the wind chill. So
you're right. You were cold.
Yeah. Yes, a little bit, just a little. I didn't have a hat on.
Well, is it the Blue Jays? Is that what I saw? A hat of yours or something?
I do have a Blue Jays hat. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Toronto Blue Jays. Yes. Baseball team.
See, I know it's a baseball team. It's one of these things. I used to play baseball as a kid. Baseball's not very big here. So as a result of always worn
like cricket
baseball caps. Yeah, we play cricket and footy.
Yeah.
but I don't play cricket. I used to play indoor cricket a bit. That's a lot faster, a lot more violent.
Okay.
It's cricket though. I don't think I've ever really played outdoor cricket without a beer in hand. Like I've never played it for a club or something. But when I was in the army, we used to play cricket a lot out the front of the barracks, and like the stumps would have been a couple of cartons of piss. So like and gradually the stumps would get smaller over the course of the game. So how on earth would you take a photo like this? Oh, I'm assuming it's the Star Trails photo. I think you explained that one anyway, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Have I done a video on that? I can't think of. I've done a video. Have I done a video on Star Trails?
Maybe once or twice.
With the S21?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Go watch the video.
I think you used you imported them to desktop and used a different app for it. You didn't do it on the phone
or something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good point. I probably should do one on the phone, just on the phone, before I go and sell the S21. Yes, it'll be gone soon. It'll be gone. Because the 22 will be out in a few months, I would say.
January, I think.
Yeah, a few months. I think it's a few months. Yeah, you can use the Retouch app to remove the planes. Yes,
I kind of like the planes.
full contact cricket. Well, with indoor cricket, with violent cricket. So I don't. I'm not joking. Like it can be pretty because it all happens really close together. Like an indoor cricket pitch is pretty small. I couldn't tell you the exact dimensions, but the pitch itself is the regular sort of cricket length, but there's only maybe 5 meters or so behind the rear stumps. So like even to get up speed, it's all surrounded by a net. I don't know. Do you have indoor cricket there?
I don't think so. I mean,
No?
somewheres maybe, but I've never seen it.
I'm going to have to, 'cause it's hard for me to explain this.
I've only ever seen cricket played on a really big field, and so indoor it would be something totally new to me.
I'm just going to find a picture.
And you all wear goalie pads.
Oh no, you don't wear any. Don't wear any protection. The only thing you wear in protection is in front of you.
Why would you want protection, right?
Yeah, exactly. Don't be silly. Of course. Put that over there so I can share this with you because it's. I'll stop sharing that. So this is how this live stream goes.
Yeah. Topic and then where we're going.
Oh, it's gone. I'll Chrome tab. Here we go. Indoor cricket. So it looks like that.
Okay.
And so it's pretty intimate.
Yes.
And it's fast. It's really, really fast. Like it's you can see there the wicket keeper, which is the guy in the blue there. I don't know if you can see that very well or not.
Yeah.
There's no pads. He's wearing a pair of gloves. The cricket ball's a tennis ball, but it's covered in leather, hard leather. So it's pretty hard.
Okay.
And you get into this net with like a little slit in the net. When you're bowling, like this guy's obviously going pretty quick, but you'll like run backwards and like lean against the net and it'll spring you forward. It's pretty full on, and the ball can move like really, really fast. And,
I'm gonna have to look this up.
But you can see here in that photo how close everybody is to their batsman.
Yeah.
And you don't get scared. Like when that ball's coming, you just hoik it with the bat. Like you hit it as hard as you can. And so many people cop it in the face and stuff. Like you walk the amount of times I've played and people will walk off that pitch with bloody faces from copping the ball in the face. You feel bad, obviously, but yeah, it's pretty violent. But anyway, how's that for a photography live stream? Yeah. So yes, violent cricket. Yes,
violent cricket.
Somebody's asking you a question about phones. What do you think this is, a phone channel? We were talking about what's this? Since I got the S21Ultra, I noticed the video quality drops when uploading it onto YouTube. Well, it's great in the video editing software. I've not found that, to be honest. I found that any video that it depends on how you're exporting it. I'd be interested to see what you're editing that in and how you're exporting it, because I've never seen quality drop going to YouTube. I've seen quality drop all the time with like Facebook and things like that, but never with YouTube. So I'd be interested to see. Tell us.
I'm curious what the recording settings are too. Like what are you recording at?
Yeah. Well, they're saying it's while it's in the video editing software, it's great. So yeah, tell us what you're recording in, as in the format you're recording in, are using LumaFusion. Yeah, okay. So when you export with LumaFusion, I think you can change the settings as far as your resolutions and frame rates and stuff. That would definitely affect what it's doing when it uploads to YouTube. Full contact cricket equals rugby match without a bat, or whatever wooden thing is called. The wooden thing is called a bat. You are correct, Greg. Rugby without a bat. Not really. Like, it's not always violent. Sometimes you can walk out of there just sweating, but more often than not, you're hurt somehow. Yeah, more often than not. Yeah. We should probably get the show back on the road.
It's your show. Do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, I know. I'll just stick around, do whatever. that's all the questions that I have for you because I've already seen your photos. If anyone out there wants to come onto here and, well, there's part of your problem. YouTube will say it's 1080, 60 frames per second is definitely less than. Why on earth are you? I wouldn't be uploading at 60 frames a second if I were you. That's certainly not. Why would you want to do it in 60 frames a second? I record everything here in. Oh no, that's right. Sorry, you are right. I'm thinking that was your frame rate. No, you're right. Your frame rate should be 60. Your shutter speed should be 30. That's what I'd be looking at. I'm not sure why. I'll be trying to shoot in 30 frames a second. That's what I'll be shooting at, not 60. And see what happens. I'm not sure. It certainly can. It looks too smooth though. It looks artificial. Like see my hand moving here. See the blur. The blur is kind of what you want, or you may not want, but that's generally speaking what most people would want. Whereas the 60 frames a second, it's going to be almost too processed, if you like. It's not going to be natural looking. I would definitely try that. Try and shoot it at 30 frames a second. I'll get rid of that.
I tried video a little bit. I'm not a video person. Yep. I don't have the skills to pay the bills, so to speak. I bought a gimbal. I sold the gimbal.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, it's not for me. So
one thing that since I've been doing it, because I've been a photographer for a bloody long time, but I've only really started doing video when I started doing this channel, and there's so much about it that I just didn't know. So I've got some great cameras to take photos with, but they're not quite as good to take video with. And the camera that I'm using here is exactly for someone like me. It's dead set, easy to use. Just plug it in, set the frame rates and stuff the way I want it, and just I made some notes of how it all works. And in here now, because the lighting's always the same, I just set it at that and off it goes, sort of thing. But with the phones, most of the B-roll stuff that I do on the channel. So like if I'm in a location and I want to show you what XYZ looks like, almost always that's with the phone. And to be honest, unless I'm being artsy fartsy with B-roll and cuts and stuff like that, which I generally don't do that much anymore.
You're a little artsy fartsy.
I'm artsy fartsy with the editing, like jumping and cutting and stuff, but not so much with like cinematic B-roll. I don't. I started doing that a little bit in the beginning, and then in YouTube they say just be yourself, and that's just not me. I did it, and it was fun to do, but I do the jump cuts and stuff with the video mainly just for retention. So people are like, oh, I was doing that. I was doing that. I was doing that. I was doing that. I was doing it. I'm giving you the same content. It just looks a bit more upbeat. But all the stuff that I do with the video with the phones is almost all of it is just B-roll for this channel. So when you see whatever video I'm putting out, you see like, I'm taking a photo of this truck and I'll show you what the truck looks like in the daytime. That's pretty much going to be with the phone almost all the time. But I've got the DJI gimbal. I've got a Zhuin or however you pronounce the bloody thing, gimbal. And I use them rarely. It's almost all handheld. And it's the stability on most of these phones now is pretty bloody good. Are you talking about the top half of the screen? I'm not sure. Not sure what that means.
The bald part?
Oh no, could be that. It could be that. Shutter speed is absolutely important when you're shooting video. It's not just for photography either. I don't do much of that here on this channel. If you look online for Learn Online Video or Learn Video Online, the guy's name is Steve, and he's very bloody good at teaching phone videography and like small, or just videography in general. So he uses a phone, he uses GoPros, he uses cameras and stuff, but He's I think his teaching style is similar to what I do in that it's just there's no bullshit. It's just this is how you do it.
Yeah.
And I've learned
Gives you
heaps from it.
examples and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know who
Yeah.
he is, eh?
I do, yeah. I actually found him when I first got the gimbal and stuff. I did a search
Yeah.
and came across the site and tried a few techniques and stuff like that, and quickly realized the gimbal wasn't for me, and it wasn't. I just couldn't make it work. So yeah.
Yeah. What is B-roll? B-roll is what you're looking. So if you look at any of my videos and you see this talking head, and I'm sitting here saying this is how you do blah 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 blah, and as I'm talking, some other footage is going over the top of that to show you, explain to you what I'm talking about. That footage going over the top is the B-roll. So I'm trying to think of when I've used it recently. When I did that photo with the Milky Way, it was horizontal and the tree up there with the little Ulanzi light, that one back there. And I put it way up underneath that tree up the top there. When I was talking in that video about this is the light and this is where I'm putting it, you see some other footage that's gone over the top of what I'm talking about. That's B-roll. This is A-roll, and B-roll is the superfluous stuff. And I just gave you that wonderful explanation, and Kevin just gave it in like one sentence, and that's way too much fluff for me talking here right now.
Good job, Kevin.
As I read through this, like, someone's
yeah.
I did. I was going to share something else. I've something else has happened in the last bit as this channel has grown and grown and grown, and it's grown very rapidly in the last I don't know few weeks. How it works with YouTube, for those that aren't in the YouTube space, when you release a new video, YouTube sends it out to, for the sake of this conversation, let's just say half of your subscribers, and so half of your subscribers will see it in their suggested videos, or it'll be alerted if you've got the bell on and things like that. And then as a percentage of those people who watch that video, that's how YouTube ranks the success of that video. And so if it's a good percentage of people who watch it and watch it a long way through, they'll go, that's obviously a good video. We'll push it out to more people who are just interested in that subject. So when it's something like the iPhone 13, I've pushed that out. It's gone to a number of subscribers and they've gone, that's cool. Let's watch this, watch it all the way through. YouTube pushes out to more people who aren't familiar with me necessarily.
Right.
And when that happens, when a channel blows up a little bit, and I get all these people who don't know who I am, don't you know who I am? And
David Addison? No, wait.
David Addison right now is laughing.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. So the people who aren't familiar with like my sense of humor or the way that I teach or anything like that, some of the comments that I get are just freaking gold. So I thought I should share this with you guys, because most days I'll get out of bed early in the morning. If it's raining outside, I'll go straight ahead and start answering comments.
Yep.
Because I like to try and answer every comment that I get. I like to. As the channel's growing bigger and bigger and bigger, it used to take me like 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. Now it can take me up to an hour a day. And it's just, it's a lot. And with some of the comments, especially with like the iPhone 13, if you do it handheld, it gives you 10 seconds. It gives you, if you want it to be 30 seconds, it's got to go to a tripod. The amount of times that I've got to explain, and I say it in the video, get 10 seconds like this, 30 seconds like this, and the amount of times that I get, that would be if it wasn't to do with gear, it's my number one question. How do you get 30 seconds? I'm like, I just explained it.
You can't get 30 seconds. It's like, yes, you can. I just showed you. Yeah.
So with my YouTube, there's a tool that I use in my YouTube studio. It's a plugin from TubeBuddy, and it gives you fast responses. So I'll go to a comment and I'll just hit the down arrow and go, hit that one. It saves me typing it all out.
Okay.
So if someone just is like, thanks for that's a great video, or well, I'm glad I found the channel or something like that. I've got a number of responses that I'll add to that. And I made one, and they're personable enough. It's the same sort of thing that I would have typed out anyway. It just saves me time. And I've actually made one the other day about the tripod, because I just got sick of answering that question. I got sick of typing out, if you put it on a tripod, you get 30 seconds. So now I've just got to pull that menu. Done. But that was a long way of explaining that I wanted to show you guys some of these really funky sort of comments that I get. I'll share this. Where is it? There we go. So I said the top 5, but I've got 7 here, I think. And there's one that I couldn't find, but I really wanted to show you guys. But you probably can't even see that bloody thing, can you? Because it's just a screenshot. So this is from that video of that light under the tree with the iPhone 13. And keeping in mind, my channel is called Shane Mostyn Mobile Photography. How about you get yourself a $10 wireless remote for your DSLR and a nice L lens instead of the phone? And I think I commented on that one with something along the lines of, "Don't you know the title of the name of my channel?" Because it's like fair dinkum, mate. Handheld for 10 seconds. Someone's actually asking me this right now. So you can I need my TubeBuddy quick response for this one. If you handhold this in night mode for 10 seconds, it'll work for 10 seconds. If you put it in a tripod, you get 30. We'll get rid of that. Oh, there's a few more comments here. Yes, for some reason, iPhone videos are much more popular. What's on my phone videos get lots of views, while what's on my Android. I think. Sorry, I should leave it there while I'm explaining what you're talking about. I think that the reason for that is that when I did a video comparing iPhone and Androids, I made a comment, and I think it rings true. I think it always will. Is that with the iPhone you're a user, and with Android you're the admin, and I think the reason that this sort of video, what you're talking about there, is what's on my iPhone, works better and blows up more than what's on my Android, is that most people with an Android know what's out there, and they know, I want to do X, Y, and Z, and this is the tool that I need to do X, Y, and Z. Whereas with the iPhones, I'll, and this is a very general comment, and this is from an Apple person, is that most people just want something shiny and easy to use, and that's that. When I say this is what's on my iPhone, generally speaking, it's going to be something that's easy to use and shiny. So I think that's why it blows up more.
Oh, I find that the same thing. I find it's just talking with people, friends I know and stuff like that, the same thing. Like, it's, they have that app, there's that app, is that easy to use? It's like, oh yes, very easy. They make it simple and stuff and everything. So yeah,
definitely. Let's move on to this one. Let me blow that up for you. So now I get that it's an international sort of a channel, and English language may not be the first one, but I don't know how to turn the sun off. I just don't know. And I didn't even respond to that one because the smart ass in me was like, go on. But it might be, I just don't know what they're actually asking. And
there was it's funny because it reminds me of on the comment on the announcements for our weekly themes, and it was shadows this week, and the first comment I think I got was, us UK based folk are at a disadvantage as we have no sunshine to create shadows. So if you want to turn the sun off, clearly move to the UK.
That's something that we didn't actually explain when we first started this stream. So on the Bloody Legends Facebook group. We've had an admin on there for basically since I started. That's Devo, and honestly, if it wasn't for him, the channel probably wouldn't be that group wouldn't be running. When I first started the group, he said, "Do you need an admin?" I'm like, "Go for it." And he's got experience with doing that, and he gave me some pointers when we first set it up, and it's a very successful group now. But then I think you were the one who suggested let's do a group theme or a weekly theme.
Yeah.
I'm like, sweet, you do it.
Pretty much, so
So now Scott's an admin on that group as well. So I think you've started rejecting people. I mean, accepting people into the group now as well, haven't you?
Correct. Yes, I have. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're everyone who's in that group, when you join that group, they ask 3 questions. And when I first set them up, you could have just gone yes, 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 and bots can do that. So Dino said make at least one of the questions something they've got to type out. So we did that, and now it's when you accept someone into that group, is like they didn't answer all the questions. Gone. Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I've done that where they've not answered the questions and declined it and said, "Yeah, sorry, you didn't answer the questions." And then, like within 5 minutes, they come back with long answers to the questions and stuff like that. You're in.
That's so Canadian.
Yes.
I rejected you, but I'm really sorry. But
I'm sorry about that. Yes. Please come back. Yes.
Well, I just go, decline, haven't got time, decline, haven't got time, decline, haven't got time.
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad. Well, this is what you did wrong, try again. And we'll give you another
it's
try.
pretty clear. When you join the page, it says answer all the questions.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress. This is just what we do here. How do you turn the sun off? I do not know.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads me into this one. Now, this one, this is from this video here, where Apple did an update on the phone. Yeah, that horrible lens flare that all phones do, or most phones do.
Yeah.
And so many people say, "Oh, the iPhones are terrible for this." They all bloody do it. It's just that these guys, the Apple does it quite badly.
Worse.
So this fellow here, when they on this video, they even answered, commented with a time slot and a timestamp, I should say. So I went and had a look at that timestamp to see, didn't remove the large yellow dot near the trees, near the truck roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the sun. you can't remove the sun. Yes.
Well, apparently you can. The other guy said you did remove it, so you turned it off.
Asking, how did you turn the sun off? Oh, you did too.
Right, so.
Oh dear. This is my favorite comment, and I've had this one a few times. I don't know how else to do it. Like, I could sit here with this and go.
Yeah. Too much time. Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know how else to do it. I think I put
sign
a comment.
language.
I think I'll put something on the Facebook group, a screenshot of someone else who said this, and I'd said something along the lines of it was windy and smoke signals or something like this.
Yes.
Yeah. Is this guy here? If he's here, because he's like, I get this a little bit as well. Can you Tasaki? But if he's not in here, I'm not saying it. This one actually made me laugh, and I thought I need to like put that on a business card or something.
There you go. T-shirts.
Well, we've got the bloody Ducks Nuts and Bloody Legends.
Yeah.
And this one here, I think even you had a bit of a go. So this is someone saying, like, well, I've taken astro photo with the 13 Pro. When you can achieve it without a tripod,
I remember this one.
It'll be amazing. Nobody can do it without a tripod and editing.
Yeah, like, I guess that would be amazing if you could do it. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah,
If you could do it, that would be amazing. But
yeah,
nobody can.
no,
And the one that I really wanted to share, and it's just I couldn't find it when I went looking for all these things, was that someone made a comment of, I can't believe in a rich country you have dental problems. Yeah, I shit you not. That was the comment. And I said to my wife, I said, have a look at this. What's he talking about? It's like, I've got no idea. Yeah.
That's YouTube.
I don't know what to say. That's YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the more, and I've already got some now for the next time that I have a live, because even some of the ones that I'm still getting, it's just like, man, what are you doing? It's just funny.
Amazing.
Anyway, let's talk about this Pixel 6.
Yes.
So, because that's probably why some people are here. And how long we've been talking? We've been talking for an hour, and I haven't even got to the subject that we want to talk about.
Cricket.
Now,
There's no cricket, right?
That's right. It's just not cricket. That's a saying here, by the way. It's just not cricket.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So if you would see, look, this is why it takes an hour to get to the subject. If someone does something that's a little bit dodgy, you'd say that's just not cricket. As in, it's not right.
Okay.
Anyway. I think when I was talking about this Pixel 6, I was thinking when I was writing some notes the other day for having this conversation, and I think that every company does this. Apple just did it. Samsung did it. All the new phones, I think, do it. When something's being released in the lead up and even at the launch, they'll say it's 25% better at this, and the odontulator packs in 25% more gigawatts, and the flux capacitor is 80% more capacity.
Stat drops.
Compared to what?
Yeah.
And I'll look at that and go, if you're
the leading competitor.
Yeah, well, it doesn't say that though. They just say it's this percent better or holds this percent more, and I think when it's this thing's got a new chipset, it's Tensor.
Yep, the Tensor chip.
And it's saying that it's like 80% faster, and I go, that's a pretty technical thing to measure. Like someone's got that on a tech bench doing some load testing to get that. And there wouldn't be, like my background is army and then in the print industry and in the IT industry. And there isn't a single technical person that I've ever met in my life that will round up a number or round down a number. If I put something on my tech bench and go, I'm testing this under load, it's going to be 47.6% better. Or no one's going to say it's 50% better. But then I kind of go, my distrust for the world says this is led by marketing. Like with that, the iPhone 13 Pro Max with 2.2? 2.2?
Yeah, 2.2, I think it was.
Times. Yeah, more light. And I'll look at it and go, just stop with all that bullshit and just give us the phone and we'll go and test it in the real world and see if it's any better. I don't know, that's just my thoughts around it. But this, hold on, I'm just trying to read something here. Because normally when Mr. S puts something there, it's normally something pretty smart. This comment requires one video as a reply in Charlie Chaplin. I'm guessing this is the no talking. I talk too much.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's what it is. Marketing. Was it Marceau?
Yeah. Exactly.
Marketing and legal have advised on product claims and you round down. So let's not make it accurate. Round down. Yeah. Marketing rounding down. I don't know. My lizard brain says no. But what I am excited about with this thing is where are my notes on this? Because I reckon it's got like a 50. Only where people
It's
come
like
and sorry, go on.
Oh no, after you.
When
Sorry.
people, you're so polite.
I know.
Greg McMillan, he's not polite. He just talks over top of you and stuff. But so he must be from a different part of Canada, is he?
Yeah, it must be, yes.
Yeah.
The non-polite, less polite.
You even made that more polite. The non-polite, less polite.
Exactly.
You did just so nice. Whenever I do a new phone video,
yeah,
I'll often get comments about, oh yeah, but you forgot about the refresh rate. You forgot about the 120 hertz refresh rate and all this sort of. I don't do that. It's like you want to see that sort of stuff. Go and watch, MKBHD or whatever, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Marcus Brownlee, or Mr. Who's the Boss. Go and watch those guys.
Yeah.
If you want to see how good that phone's going to be in lower light situations, I'm going to show you. I don't care about the other stuff. I care that it works, and that's really about it. So when I look at releases and stuff and leaks and things like that, I go, I'm just interested in the camera, and that's really it.
Show me camera samples.
And I don't know if you see, but I can't, for copyright reasons, I can't just show you the video. But if you go and look on YouTube for like Pixel 6 leaked photos and stuff, there's somebody in Nigeria apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's sending me an email because I've got a dead uncle who's a prince or something, and I've got to send him something.
I get that email too. I said, sorry, no, thank you.
Anyway, he's taken some photos, and it's just photos around the town sort of thing. And they're not, I don't know if you've seen them. They're not great photos. And in my honest opinion, it shows nothing. Like you could have got
and I would say that
taken the same photos.
Yeah, and I would say right now too, like you don't know what software it's running. You don't know. I mean, camera update, one camera update, and it changes everything, kind of thing. So,
exactly.
That sort of stuff you can't really go by.
What I am interested in is that the main camera is a 50 megapixel camera. 50.
Yeah.
And the thing that's exciting, as soon as this is relaunched, this is launched on Tuesday. It's like
19th, Tuesday for me, the 19th. Yeah.
Yep. And who knows when we'll actually get it in our hands after that. It could be days after that. It could be a few weeks after.
Usually usually they do their thing in October, and then usually 1st of November, sometime November-ish is when it starts coming out. I think it is. So, yeah.
Yep. We won't really know what we're going to. Well, once it's released, I'll have it here and I'll go out and take photos, which does my freaking head in. Like the Pixel with the Gcam is phenomenal for astrophotography.
Yeah.
And they released this thing at the end of the Galactic Call season.
Yeah.
Come on. Fair dinkum.
They need to consult with you. You know, like
they should. And they know who I am.
Way. Yes. Yeah. They probably heard of David Addison, but I'm not sure.
David, give me a shout out, man. You know, tell these people who I am.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm super excited for that main camera. They said the big stat, 150% more light lets in than the previous camera. So, I mean, what's this thing going to do for astrophotography? Like, that's what really got me in. Like I said, my first Pixel getting into photography, when they came out with astrophotography mode, it was like, wow, like I'm hooked kind of thing. So, that was one thing before I went to the S21. And I believe that's how I came across your channel, was looking, can I do astrophotography with it? Because I'm hooked now on this. So I'm really looking forward to trying that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the thing that I'll be very interested in, because it uses Gcam and it's not a manual camera app like the S21.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to have that Gcam Astro mode, so it's going to probably
Yeah.
it'll probably be the same in that 4 minutes and 6 seconds is the most I can get out of that camera, and stacking them that way. But if it does it at 50 megapixels as well, 50 meg Astro photo out of a phone, that would be my go-to phone. It's,
Yeah.
I'd even be tempted to carry the bloody thing day to day and put the iPhone on the shelf for a bit if it did.
There we go.
We shall see. But there are certainly things with pretty much every phone that comes out at the moment. There are things that I think that the marketing pushes out, and the vast majority of the people will go, yeah, I've done it, and I've taken I've used that feature 3 times and probably forget it's there because I don't use it. I think that the S21, when it first came out with the 100 times zoom, that was impressive. I've used it less than 10 times. Even with the moon stuff, I think the sweet spot's around 27 to 30 times zoom.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
but over 50, it's shite.
Yeah, I've used it more for when I'm out hiking or something, and you see something in the distance, and you go, "I wonder what that is," and you zoom in. Oh yeah, that's a tree or a bird or something like that, and stuff. Zoom back out and stuff. I find for video, it's a little bit better, but for any kind of, I was out. I was working in my office the other day, and there were some seals in the harbor chasing around some mackerel, and. Oh, geez, I'm going to try and get a good photo of this and stuff like that. And it's like punch in, take a photo. And it's like, whoa. It's like, well, delete. So that's no good. So, yeah, it was just, I think I was in like the 60 range, and it's just like, this is no good for anything. So, water painting.
The S21 went, that steel looks way too much like a bird.
Yeah, exactly.
What's Carl Webb have to say here? 50 meg is where Apple should be now. Yeah, I think I kind of discussed this maybe when in the last maybe I've certainly discussed it with someone that they've got to have somewhere to go. I think. I think that's where their marketing head is at with all the brands. They've got to have something else, so next year they can say, we've done this now, and it's so much better because we can do this.
They get a roadmap. They know.
Yeah. I absolutely guarantee you that, the technology is there to do 50 megapixels in a phone. Samsung are doing 108. Someone else is doing 108 too, I think. But it's one of these things, I think, that it needs to give them somewhere to go. I would be very surprised if the 14, as in the iPhone 14, which is 12 months away, I'd be very surprised if it's still 12 megapixel. Why would you do it? Like the technology that's in the 13, like to say, pardon me, let's say that you've got macro mode now. That's great. So other people have been doing it for a while.
And they haven't had a good zoom. Like, I mean, 2, they went, or 2.5, they went up to 3 and stuff like that. Like there was a lot.
And that's
of
a whole 0.5, man.
Yeah, huge. And that's what she said. And so there's a lot of rumors about the 13 having a telescope. I can't talk right now. A zoom lens. Yeah, that's it. And I was kind of surprised they didn't have one onto it more than the 3. So I figured they might go up to like a 10 or 10x or something like that. But
probably.
No, nothing.
I think a 10x is a good number.
Yeah.
I think 10 times for a phone is quite good. And I remember next year should be Apple's logo. When are you going to get 50 meg next year?
The 14 is supposed to be all the rumors are saying the big redesign and stuff like that they're going to do. So who knows?
I don't know. It's one of these things like with what the Pixel's doing right, or with the S21, that was a big redesign. It was a very different looking phone, even though all the lenses are offset.
Just slightly.
It's a perfectly geometrically proportioned phone, and then your lenses are offset. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? So I said it was ugly, and man, I cost some flack for that.
Yeah, just think of the comments you get now on that.
I do still get comments like,
Do you?
this one, oh shit, yeah. I still get so many comments. It's not ugly. It's not ugly. I'm like, keep on commenting. The algorithm loves it.
Yeah.
Someone said, I bet he looks in the photo and thinks it's handsome. I'm like, no, man, I've got a face like a bag of smashed crabs, so you had nowhere to go.
Oh, one of the first comments on the thing was about how there was two handsome men on this show. Yes.
Yeah, that's when that was before I cleaned the lens. It was pretty smudgy and dirty.
I might have said it myself.
Apple really acts like they're from another universe, like their phone is making their own. Well, to be fair, they sell the most phones.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to bragging rights, they probably do have bragging rights.
Yeah.
I think it's sorry.
Oh, I was gonna even though they act like they don't, that they're the only manufacturer kind of thing, and people say stuff like that. They're just focused, but deep down they're watching what's going on. They know what's going on with the other manufacturers and stuff like that, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whether or not how much they care about it, and whether or not they're focused on themselves. And I actually admire that they do it their own pace, and usually when they do it pretty well. So yeah.
So one of the first print place that I worked for was for Xerox, with printing presses and photocopiers and fax machines and that sort of thing. And so in Australia back then, it was called Fuji Xerox, as in Fujifilm and Xerox. In the States, I think it's just called Xerox. I think in the UK, it was called Rank Xerox for a while. But it's the same company.
Yeah.
And Xerox, they photocopying was their thing. Like they invented it. They were the first to patent it and so forth. So they had it for a long time. So in the States, when you were to photocopy something, they would just call it Xerox.
You get it Xerox. Yep.
Yeah. And I think, and working for Xerox here, they certainly were the bleeding edge of technology, if you like. They was like, this is Xerox. Like at the end, I like to say to salesmen in these printer companies, nobody wants a Xerox machine. They want a piece of paper with something written on it.
Yeah.
Again, they don't care what it comes out of. Nope. But with Xerox, it was the brand that sold everything. So you could walk any place and talk about a Xerox machine, and it all of a sudden had this aura about it that it was going to be good. And I think Apple is the same with iPhones. They're not necessarily cutting edge because Xerox isn't. It's just doing exactly the same thing that everyone else is doing. It's just the same piece of paper. But people just identify with the brand and they'll pay more for it. That's just clever marketing, I think. But I think they certainly act like they're above everyone else, and I think it's because they are. As far as the stats go, their technology is not necessarily better than
their chip design, their M1 chips and stuff like that, their A15 Bionic and stuff. That's very impressive stuff they're getting out of their chips and everything. Like I remember when they first talked about it and stuff like that. Oh, Apple's branching off doing its own chip stuff, and it was like, oh, that's going to be interesting. And I mean, you can see Google's doing it now, so it's Samsung's got their Equinox or whatever it is that. Well, not as good.
The Equinox, that's exactly right. That was that's been my biggest. I've expressed it plenty of times. I hate that your S21 Ultra is different to mine. I hate that. That pisses me off no end. We all paid the same price for it, and I've got a substandard product than what you do. The chipset just isn't as good, and no one can say that it is better because it's just not, or even on par. It's just not. And that's a very common question that I get asked on all of the S21 Ultra videos: is what phone do you have? Is it this chipset or this chipset? It's some of the side by sides. It does make a difference.
It does. Yep.
Yeah.
There's I've heard of heating issues, different ones. Like I can't do that. Like I think you couldn't do the 108 megapixel unless it's like super bright. Like I can switch mine
Unless
to
the
108
well, it's not.
whenever.
No. If it might have changed now with different updates, but back when I was into the 108 megapixel, it's something that I just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There wasn't a need for it. I've taken some when I first got the phone to test out some things, but and I think the big post that I had on the wall here behind me.
Yes.
But other than that, I just didn't use it. But I could only get it to work when it was just near perfect lighting. It wouldn't work in like sunsets and stuff. I just couldn't get it to do it.
Yeah. And that's one of the benefits to Apple. Just everything's the same. They can roll out the update and it works on every phone exactly the same. So
exactly that. Yeah. The stuff that I've seen with this here so far, the 13, this is feel like for anyone who's still on the fence of sitting there going, do I get this or if I'm on a 12 and do I get the 13 or not? The things that are for the low light stuff, if you're doing a lot of low light stuff, this is just is so much better than I thought it was going to be. If the sky is clear and it's starting to come light outside, because it's still dark here. Well, it's not now; it's light out there now. And it looks like the sky is clearing. So tonight I might actually be able to do what I wanted to do. I want to go out there and try that even longer app with this, with that better low light performance that it's got. So we shall see. I've got a feeling that it will be better. But if you weren't going to do low light stuff, I probably wouldn't be upgrading it at all. I think the cinematic mode on this is run by the marketing department. I think I've used it for some videos and I've tried it a few other times, and it's just shit in my opinion. The macro mode, like the because I've got the beta running on this at the moment, the macro mode you can turn off, but you got to go into the settings to turn the damn thing off. Where it should just be a button in the bloody camera app to turn it on or turn it off.
You think that works that way. Yeah, the S21's just got the button on the. You just turn I think live focus or some focus enhancer is what it is. So correct. As soon as you turn that off, it
exactly. It should just be like that. It should just be like that. Yeah. When the first iPhone came out, I was excited. I had to save money to buy it. As soon as I had my hands on it, I felt like, no, this is not it. It's a lot different now. It is so much different now. I don't know.
I've been tempted myself.
I know you have. And if it was a little bit better, if those stars were just a little bit better, I reckon you would have gone. I don't know if you're part of the Facebook group, but definitely go and have a look at some of these photos that people are taking on the later iPhones, and you'll be impressed. I think. I think you'll be impressed. How do I find out? Jason Belts. He was last fortnight's guest. He's come in a bit late, mate. What are you doing?
Had one
I won't
job.
say too much because he's a lawyer, so I don't want to piss him off. How do I find out what version of software on my phone has played? How do I find out what version of software? On the phone itself. You're using yours there, aren't you? And mine's over there.
Yeah.
I reckon it's
settings, and it's like system, and then about phone, something like that.
Yeah, I could rattle it off with the iPhone. With the I think you are right. It'll be in the settings anyway. It'll be about phone, something like that. It'll be, and it'll show you in there. Started early this week. I think last time I was meant to do a podcast beforehand, so I was starting half an hour later. But I normally start at this time of day. This time of day. So if you go and have a look at that, to go back to that question here about the new iPhone and the older iPhones, the original iPhones, I think Go and have a look at those photos that people are pushing out now with the later model phones. But I wasn't prepared to do this, but I want to do this. Bugger it. I'll put the photo on Facebook shortly. I took a photo with an old phone, with an app that somebody on Instagram messaged me, and I have to go back in there and find out who that was. And they said, try this app. And I tried this app. And I've got to tell you, out of an iPhone, it was almost like a pixel. Astrophotography, galactic core, sharp photos. Very bloody impressive out of an iPhone. So I'll shoot a video on that. I'll just be waiting for the cloud to piss off. But it basically sat there for about 4 minutes and took a couple of hundred photos and stacked them and lined them all up perfectly on an iPhone.
Really?
So stay tuned. I'll show you.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I look there. It tells me what version, but not what it's called. Lollipop, Lollipop.
That's Android 11, I think, or Android 10 was Lollipop. They stopped doing dessert names. I can't do it because I'm using the phone.
I don't know. I would say we'll take it under advisement, and I'll answer it in the Facebook group, or Scott will answer it in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Or if there is somebody in there who is,
if you can, if you can see where it says about system updates too, like around the same area, it should tell you what version you're using.
Yep. The defense has a good point. What?
The defense rests its case.
I know what it is. It's daylight savings. We've changed to daylight savings here. That's what's happened.
Oh. We don't change for a little while.
That's what's happened. The defense rests its case. That's what it is. Daylight savings. So do you need me to start later?
Doesn't matter to me.
We're all over the world, so I'm not really sure. What time is it where you are?
For me, it's about 5:30 p.m.
That's no problem then. It's beer o'clock.
I did have to take off work a little bit early. I said, sorry, I'm going to have to leave early today. I have a big event going on and stuff, and
I'm an
famous
international
person.
Superstar.
There we go. There we go. So
we don't change. Okay. So when you guys all catch up to Australia with your daylight savings, we'll all be on the same page again.
There we go.
Well, not all of Australia. Some parts of Australia don't do it at all.
It's different in Canada too. There's some provinces that don't switch. It's every year it comes out and everyone goes, oh, we should get rid of this and do it or don't do it. Just tell me what time it is.
Yeah, we do the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we've spoken for long enough. We've been here for an hour and a half. Bloody hell. And I think we'll pull the pin on it there.
Sounds good.
We'll see. Thanks for coming on, dude. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me. I was a little nervous at first, but you calmed my nerves and stuff. And once Greg came on, I said, well, geez, I can't do worse than that. So.
Gold. I find it with almost
I'm just kidding, Greg. I'm sorry if I offended you.
I find that with anyone who comes on here who is not a content creator, as in not somebody who's out there doing this sort of thing all the time, they're very nervous, which is part of why I started that little bit earlier, just so you're used to it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
In our case, it was actually good because we had techie problems.
That's right.
Yeah, it's it was good having you on here, man. We'll almost certainly have you on here again.
Would love to do it.
Enjoyable.
Yes.
All
very
right.
much so. Have a good one then. Thanks, everyone.
See you all in 2 weeks. See you all.
Bye.